Hey, all you beautiful people. I hope you're having a great day. I was pulled to come and do a video today because, I'm here in Melbourne, if you don't know, and we've been told to lock down for 5 days. Well, that was 10, 5. And I must admit the energy on Friday in Melbourne was just like rah. And I must admit I kind of went to that place, but very quickly pulled myself out of it, regrouped, centered myself, and got on with it. But I'm a very logical person as well, and I try not to be, because I try to not look at wrong or right or anything like that, but I like to know the logical side of things. I'm a free thinker. I don't allow people to think for me. Never have, never will I. I did kind of maybe slip into that for a little while, but yeah, I'm a very free thinker. I express my emotions. So yeah, anyway, so that's just a little bit about me. But the reason why I was pulled to come and do this video today was because it's like, from what I'm feeling, this is going to go for more than 5 days. Come on. We lived in Melbourne long enough, and we saw it happen last year. He said 2 days, he said 5 days, he said a week, he said 6 weeks. It ended up being 8 months. Are we going to let this happen to us again? So I look at this and I call BS on the whole thing now. Just the whole thing just does not make sense. Doesn't make sense. If you think this makes sense, you're probably still watching the media and you're really scared, and that's okay. There's no wrong or right in that. But if you see that this isn't making sense and you're just like, what the F? Like, I can't close my business again. I can't be wearing masks while I'm walking down the street. Well, first of all, you shouldn't, because air is free. And if you're afraid that you're going to lose a bit of money, well, there's your fear right there, and you need to work on that. You need to work on the lack of finance, lack of money, because you've been told to wear a mask. That clearly, the big man made sky for us to breathe in beautiful fresh air and, all that sort of stuff. So you need to think about that one. If you think you're going to lose some money because you're not going to wear a mask, well, rethink that, because that's energy taken away. But I'm putting it out there to say, share this video. I'm calling bullshit on the whole thing. If this 5 days goes any further, the only way somebody can lose power is by everybody saying, no, I will not shut my business. I will no longer wear a mask outside. If you want to wear a mask inside because that's your prerogative and you feel like that you're keeping other people safe by doing that, go for it. But if you absolutely despise that feeling of being muzzled and having something over your face, shut it down and say no. Just say, I have an exemption. Very freely just say, I have an exemption. And no one is to ask any questions about that, because no one's allowed to actually see that document that you have or haven't got. Just say, I have an exemption. The moment everybody starts saying no, power is lost. We know that this is all a power trip. We know it. And if you're with me, you're watching me, you follow me, you know that this is what it is. It's all about power. So the moment you say no, it starts breaking away. The moment you open your business, and if the cops want to come in and say you're fined, take that fine, contest it. I know for a fact that the judges are throwing them away left, right and centre. They're throwing these fines away because they're not written in a bylaw. I know for a fact that they're not. Like, if you paid a fine, like, good luck to you, but they're not even like looking at these fines, because it's a waste of their time. The police work for the civilians. They work for us. They don't work for the government. They're run by the government. Well, actually, no, they're a company, but the government pays them, but they work for the people, and that's who they want to be for. They want to be for us. So remember that always. I know that on the media, they've tried to frighten us a lot by saying that the police officers were against us, and I actually got caught up in that at one point. But let me tell you, they're not. They're actually on our side. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. 5Ks, drive. drive past your 5Ks, who we pay for our roads, we pay for our cars, we pay for everything, who is somebody that can't even he couldn't even organise a route in a brothel, let's just put it out there, because the ADF should be at that hotel. They should have been there at the beginning and they should be there now. Civilians should not be employed to do the ADF's job. So I call bullshit on that again. Why wouldn't you get the ADF there? If he thinks that he's got some sort of supercomputer, why isn't this supercomputer working? Why isn't this all working? That's where I constantly call bullshit on everything. So if you're a free thinker and you know that this, in your heart of hearts that this is not right. Like I say, there's no right or wrong in any of this. There's no right or wrong, but this is just, I'm so passionate about, because when there is manipulation that occurs and I feel it, I see it, and I knew last week something was happening. I knew it. I could just feel it in my bones. I was like, right, something's happening out there. I don't know what it is yet, but I just could feel it in my bones. And then when that was called, I got quite pissed off because I don't like injustice. I hate injustice. I hate it when people are done a disservice. I'm so, and I know hate is a very strong word, but I don't like seeing people suffer. I don't like seeing people, being manipulated. I don't like it because I see manipulation coming from a mile away. I see it even before it's there. So I don't like that. So if you want to share this video, share it, put it out there, because people need to just start saying no. You run a business, open your doors. Open your doors, because it is your right. It is your right to run your business. Think about all the people that had a wedding this weekend, planned, paid for. Think about all of those places that were holding those events, all the produce, all the catering, all the staff, all the everything that had to just be put to a halt. All the people that supply those people. Think about not something that has a 99.6 to 99.9 recovery rate. And most of the time don't even have symptoms. Think about that. Like, it just doesn't make sense anymore. It never made sense from the beginning. But if you've been, trying to work, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't at all. And masks are probably the one thing that really allows them to have also that control, because it's suppressing. And when you suppress and you add fear to people, that is one thing that when you're in fear, you can't make decisions for yourself. I am absolutely fearless. I am not afraid of anything, because I know that my mind is the only thing, and my body is the only thing that I know that I'm in control of. And I'll do anything to just allow it to be. Anything. So it's very interesting that, they're still making people muzzle themselves. So then that way there's still that control over the human. And that's really, that I get really annoyed about, because it's an injustice. But if you want to wear a mask, go for it. It's funny, because this is one thing, and I'll actually, you know what, that's another video. I won't go on about that today, but there is another thing about masks that I'm really seeing an injustice about as well, and it's from a medical perspective and how it could affect children and everybody else. So stay tuned for that one, because I'll post another video about that, because there needs to be a huge awakening and alarm bells happening around the medical industry, because there's just so much of injustice happening right now, and it's time it's all spoken out. And I'm a very passionate person, and if this video doesn't resonate with you, that's completely fine, but let's work together. Let's come together. We are human beings who have rights. And if you think that the government is giving you rights because they're asking you to pick a side, that's not rights. They're not rights. I'm sorry. We can do it all with love and happiness and joy and peace. It doesn't have to be angry. It doesn't have to be. I mean, I'm a very passionate person. Like the other day, I got really quite annoyed, but that I'm allowed to be human. We're allowed to have feelings and emotions. But we can come together and you know, in peace and love, and just say no. Just say no, because I say no. I say no to everything. If you want to come to my house for a cup of tea, come to my house for a cup of tea. If you want to shake my hand and give me a hug, shake my hand and give me a hug, because we're human and we're allowed to be that. And like I said, if this you don't agree with all of this, that's perfectly fine as well. You're allowed to have your own opinion, because everyone's entitled to that. But if you're going to be a mean troll, take that shit elsewhere, because I'm not going to take that. And that's okay too. But I wish you all a happy Sunday, and I wish you all love and happiness and all the joy in the world. Keep smiling. Go for a walk. We actually went for a walk 2 days in a row now, and we had like one of those little mobile speakers, and we played music from that. I had it in the pram while I was walking my daughter, and my son was on the bike, and my partner was pushing the pram, and we had music playing. Why not? Just keep it fun, keep it happy, keep it lighthearted. No one's going to suppress this. No one's going to suppress your energy and keep it and make you feel sad or in fear or empowered, you know, or less powerful or whatever it is. Like, just keep it going. Keep the happiness, the joy, and the love alive, because that's what we're on this earth to do. That's our human right. That's enough for me today. And yeah, share it if you want. Give it a like, give it a comment. I'm sending you all love and happiness. See ya.